All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is your time, it is always time to make this money. So let's do it, guys. Let's make this money. My name is Joe. This is TradeIntuition. Today we have a jam-packed full show. We're going to give you some education, going to give you some alpha on what to look for, who to keep track of, what to kind of look at in the market. And all this information, it can be information overload. So definitely, make sure to follow me, because I pretty much condense all the information and give it straight to you. Now, if you want this information for yourself and do your own research, I'm going to give you a whole bunch of stuff. So make sure to screenshot this stuff, and I'm more than likely I'll put it into the chat as well. And I'm wearing my favorite shirt. I actually have this shirt in several different colors: green, blue, light blue, black. I think only 3 or 4 colors, but I'm sure 4. But I love this shirt. It's my favorite. I would explain it to you, but I don't got crayons, or I don't have crayons, whichever it says. I forget. Anyway, let's get on with the show, guys. Today is very serious, and not so much. Today, we are looking at PEPE going up 16%, Floki up 7.6%, the WIF, WIF going up 4.5%, Shiba 5.4%. These are meme coins. Bonk 4.4%, Doge, can you see it? 6.1%. A bunch of meme coins have been taken off. Why is that? Well, could it be because of the GME, GameStop token on the stock market? Possible. Is it okay to enter these trades right now? Well, we have to look at each individual chart before we make that decision. Always support resistance trend line, set your alerts, be patient. Patience will really save your butt. It'll save your money. It'll save you from going crazy. It'll save everything. So definitely always have patience. Patience was one of the biggest things or biggest hurdles. Let me start that over. Patience was the biggest and most expensive hurdle I had to get over when it came to trading, because I would just go all in and I didn't care where the price was at. I was just going in. It was going to the moon. I'm right there with it. And it would crash. It would come down. It would retrace 20, 30, 40%. I was stuck holding my bag. So with that being said, patience is key. Let's get on with the show. Let's see here. Crypto Candy says, trading taught me more patience than life alone. I'm telling you. Well said. Patience to me was my most expensive lesson. It really was. But once I learned that, and just to be patient, wait for my alerts, wait for my alarms, then everything started getting better. All right, so let's let's get on with the show. The first one that you need to do, in my opinion, I'm going to go ahead and copy this, put this in the chat. This is a website that I believe is vital. Now, do I trade based off of this? No. One thing that I do, I tell you the who, what, where, when, and especially the why. The why is very important. Now, why do people look at this? Well, it has the PPI, which is very important, and the CPI. Both of those, in my opinion, are very important. What do they say? What do they mean? You come over here to this little file. This is why I love this site. You go to this file, and it tells you why traders care. It's a leading indicator of consumer inflation, and inflation is one of the biggest things that drives the market. Is inflation high? Are the interest rates going up? Is unemployment going up? All this plays into effect when it comes to trading. Now, I always have my support resistance. So regardless of what this says, I know that if it goes up, well, then the results must have been good for these reports. If it goes down, well, maybe it was bad. Or maybe it's just faking us out where it's going one way and then the other, especially when Powell speaks. When Powell speaks, usually the very first move that happens, it's usually the fake out. It's usually going to reverse. Does it happen all the time? Nope. Does it happen most of the time? Yep, sure does. So on those days, this is why it's important, because on those days you can say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to trade right now, or I'm going to trade after Powell speaks, or I'm going to trade after the CPI or PPI data comes out. I'm just going to be careful. So this is one thing that I love looking at. I haven't looked at this recently just because I got a new computer. I call it the Beast. It's a very nice computer. And I forgot to put this on my favorites. So now I have it on my favorites. Thanks to the community. I actually asked the community, our group, I said, what's that website, man? I used to be on there all the time. I forgot the name of it. And as soon as they put it up, I said, oh, that's what it is, CryptoCraft. So this is very important in my opinion. Now, with CPI and PPI, again, you just come over here to the little X and it takes this off. You can actually come over here to the filters. Now, the last time I did these filters, you can put whatever you want. You can take off whatever you want. Last time I came up to these filters, it had to where it only gave USA data. I didn't find that. I don't know if they've updated since the last time I had to put those filters on. But if there's a way to only do the USA data, let me know either in the live chat or in a DM or in the group. Let me know. So you just come over here to this little filter section and you can do whatever you want. These are the ones that I have on here. All right. Let's see here. I think Powell and Kramer are good friends. Wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it. All right. So this is one site to look for. Again, be very careful when trading on these days, just because you never know. Your trade could be going great and then it just flips. Once again, do I pay attention to this? Not really, not so much. It's just when, because I have my support, I have my resistance, I have my trend lines, I have my, if I'm doing this just as a trade, I have my stop loss. So I really don't care, but other people may care. And this is why it's very important to understand how others trade, not just how one trader trades or one mentor, but it's really good to have a mentor that tells you how others trade. That way, you can either trade with them or against them, or at least know what they're looking at, so you can kind of base your trades off of that. In my opinion, too much information can hurt you, because now oh man, I shouldn't trade on this day, or another report comes out, I shouldn't trade, and then it goes up, because it didn't care, it didn't matter what happened for that speaker or that report, it still did its own thing. And that's why I treat every trade for its trade, meaning I have for that trade support, resistance, trend lines. Now we're going to go over a bunch of stuff, guys. This may be a longer live stream, but I'm going to try my best to keep it at an hour. Here is another website. I like going to investing, and this one, it gives you some information, tells you what the CPI is. It tells you about the consumer price index, what it is. But I like looking at this from time to time. I don't do this all the time, but I'll just look up here, because this is at a glance. What's the US 30 doing? What's the US 500 doing? What's the Dow Jones doing? What's the S&P doing? The NASDAQ kind of shows you just a real nice glimpse of it. You can go to commodities, you can go to bonds, you can go to stocks, but I like doing this one because it has this information here. Now, this I'm also going to put in the chat as well. So if you want, you can put these as your favorites. Now, let's go to the Twitter space. This guy right here, this person, this entity, this group, whatever it is, this is a really great one to follow. Talks about a lot of stuff with the government, a lot of stuff with CPI, PPI, and I'm actually going to put this in the chat as well. Copy. There we go. Now, they are talking, and this was a lot of talks today on this. So I do a lot of research. I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos, taking a lot of notes, seeing what people are talking about. And this is one thing that they were talking about. They're taking off coffee. They're taking off coffee from the CPI inflation data report. Why would they want to do that? Why would the government want to do this? Well, it's gone up a whole bunch. Inflation on coffee has gone up tremendously. Well, if they just remove that from the inflation report, well, their numbers can come out better. And when I say they, I mean the government. Why would the government want to do that? Does the government want to trick us? I'll leave that up to you. I'll leave that up to you. Remember, the government is the one who wants unemployment rates to go up. The government wants people to be unemployed. That way it'll help with the inflation. How sad is that? The government wants people out of work so it could try to kind of fix their problem, the government's problem. The government prints money, which inflates the dollar. So it reduces the worth of the dollar. And they keep on printing and printing. Oh, there's a war over there? Well, let me just print money. Oh, there's a war over there? Let me just print money. Oh, there's, poverty over here. There's homeless over here. There's, the vets need help. Well, let's see what the other countries need first. That's what they do. I'm not going to go into conspiracy theories because I'm not a conspiracist. I don't do that stuff. I don't have a foil hat. But I'll tell you what, though, it just makes it really tricky how, not going to say it because I know YouTube will ban me and everything else. But let's just say I didn't get any shots. All right, yes, definitely, guys. Smash the likes. A lot of alpha here, guys. A lot of alpha. Let's see here. Crypto Candy says that makes no sense. No job, no spending. Spending is spurs the economy. Well, if there's no spending, then there's no people aren't buying stuff. If people aren't buying stuff, well, it helps with the dollar, and also with just everything else. It's very backwards. The government wants people not to spend money so that it could reduce the inflation. So if people aren't spending money, then it helps with the inflation, which is dumb, in my opinion. All right, moving on. This is another one. This one right here. Let's go to this. Copy. This one has a lot of other information with just, the market, stock market, really great information in reference to government and everything else. So definitely check out this site as well. Then we do have this one also. Copy. This one has a lot of great information in reference to government, the money, just, goes over a bunch of stocks and everything else. So definitely check this one out as well. Then we have Cryptos R Us. I love Cryptos R Us. He does not shill anything. He tells you what coins he's in. If you want to buy them, then great. He has a lot of really great news. And I love going to him for news because it's, in my opinion, it's not biased in any way. And he does research like crazy. So I really love George from Cryptos R Us. Then, of course, we have me, TradingIntuition. Now, this one, I want to just show the group real quick. In the group, I make stuff so easy. Here, in the live streams, I make stuff so easy. I break down all the complicated terms and pattern memorization, and I simplify trading. I truly do. And then, of course, if you're in the group, it's even better. And here we have somebody says, I tell you, Joe made something so difficult to wrap your head around into easy to understand concepts. I honestly think the industry and people in general want to make it more complicated, make trading more complicated than it really is. People need to give up, and so people can give up and fail. True. You know, how many times have, you heard about somebody entering crypto or the stock market and, you know what, it's just way too complicated. I can't do it. I'm getting out. Or I lost so much money because I don't know what I'm doing. I get out. When it's really not so complicated. I show you how to do this in the most simplistic form. It truly does come down to support resist. The price action will remain at support until it breaks below, or it'll keep on getting rejected at resistance until it breaks above, and it'll keep on and on and on. It really does, guys. And this is why I was trading in between the ranges last bull run and made so much crazy money. And we're going to do that again this bull run. When the market calls for range trading, that's what we're going to be doing. When the market calls for buying before the breakout, that's what we're going to be doing. When the market calls for buying an active breakout where the candle has not closed yet, that's what we're going to do. When the market calls for let the candle close on the breakout, when the retest happens, you have to be fluid. You have to be like water. If a bowl is given to us, we take the shape of the bowl. If a vase is given to us, we take the shape of a vase. We have to be very, very fluid when it comes to trading. Now, in addition to that, let's go ahead and, of course, yes, definitely follow the channel. We're up, guys. We got 819 subscribers. Man, I'm so excited. So excited. We started just a few months ago and we're almost at 1,000. That's crazy. Here, I love listening to this as I'm doing my charts, and also I stop and I take notes and everything else. This guy's a beast. This guy's a beast when it comes to business. We have to understand business, guys. We have to understand money. This guy is really good. Let me go ahead and put him on here. Go here. And this one also is really good. I love this channel right here. Oh, and there's another one. I forgot. I just remembered. Maybe it's this one, but there's another guy that comes on here. No, there's another guy who comes on here, but it's the same channel though. It's the same channel. I believe it is anyway.
If you have 5.
Okay. See this guy right here. This guy is an absolute beast when it comes to taxes. So definitely. See, we cannot click on the links. Well, can you copy it? Can you copy the links? Let me know if you can copy the links. And if you can click on it, see if you can copy it. And then, are you able to click on my links? Because if you're not able to click on my links, like the ones I pinned, the one I put at the beginning, let me know that too. Let me know that. I didn't know that. But this one right here, clear value tax. This guy is an absolute beast when it comes to taxes, when it comes to CPI reports, when it comes to PPI reports, when it comes to the housing crisis, the Social Security. This guy is really good. So make sure to watch him. This one, I believe we had him up here, but this is one to also follow. We can click on your links on the link tree. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. So hopefully you can copy and paste these names. This is for YouTube. This guy, I follow him on Twitter as well. Really good guy. You know, he talks about the market and everything else. So definitely check him out. This is all the research that I do, guys. This is non-stop research. It really is. Can I do it all the time? No, but when I do, this is what I do. And then of course we have this one right here. This is from Twitter. And got a YouTube channel as well. So this is on YouTube. It's got a lot of great videos. So definitely check that out. Now be very careful when you're in groups. Be very careful. I'm in a lot of groups. I'm in a lot of Telegram groups, Discord groups. This one was posted in one of the groups. And it was posted right here. And they're saying, you know, basically buy now. And I looked at it as like, I mean, it looks good. Kind of. You know, we have this trend line. Well, it was doing this because the price action was right here. So I matched this and this. And I saw this, I was like, oh, I don't know. Oops, where's the full bar? There we go. I was like, I don't know. We had a high, then higher high, good. We have a low, and it could come down to about here. This is what I was thinking right here. I said it could come down to about here as support, and that's a lot of percentage. Let's see here. That's a lot of percentage, coming down to about 50%, right around here, the support level. And I put in the group, I said it must cross this level and close. Well, I didn't put close. I believe I put it in the actual chat, but it needs to break this level. It needs to break this level. Why? Well, because we have our wick. So it needs to break the wick level and then some, and then find support here. And that's what I drew here. And then once it breaks this level again, then you can enter. This is a very high risk coin. And because I did not enter this coin, well, I saved roughly at the lowest point 92%. Right now it's at 66%. So if I would have put $100, I would have lost $66. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So just know that whenever you're doing coins, very, very high risk, especially if they're brand new, especially if they're meme coins. So just please, guys, be very careful. See here, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, show some support. Yes, guys, definitely show some support. I give you a lot of alpha. We just went through a whole bunch of things to put on your favorites. That way you can kind of monitor what the market's doing. And then also YouTube videos, YouTube channels to watch as well. That's going to give you a wealth of knowledge instead of just, you know, like, oh, the market's boring right now and not really doing anything. Watch some of these videos from not just myself, but from these other people that talk about business. They talk about money. They talk about, you know, taxes. And then of course on the Twitter, they talk about a whole bunch of other stuff as well. So definitely check that out. It's going to make you very rich when it comes to knowledge. And when you're rich in knowledge, well, your bank account shows it as well. So that's one thing I want to show. So definitely, guys, if you do want to join the VIP, you can join with crypto by sending me a message on Telegram. You can join with a debit or credit card going to Patreon. And then, of course, you can follow definitely on Twitter, TikTok. I really haven't been doing too many videos there. They've kind of like shadow banned me, I guess. It shows that only like 3 people are watching. That's been like the last 2 months. So I don't know. And then, of course, YouTube, Instagram. I don't do anything on Instagram, but I should start doing it. And then, of course, Rumble, same thing. Nothing too much on Rumble. TradingView. If you don't have a subscription, definitely sign up using this link. It does help support the channel. And if you don't have a VPN, I don't know what you're doing. You need a VPN. This is not because you're doing something bad. This is just to protect your privacy. Protect your privacy, guys. Get the VPN. You get 30 days free. I get 30 days free. So actually you're helping out the channel and you're getting 30 days free, period. So if you don't have and I've had several different VPNs. I've had free VPNs. I've had paid VPNs. This one is by far the best. I have another VPN. I forget which other one it is. I don't like it. I had a lot of issues with it. And I even paid extra for it so he can give me a dedicated static. I forget what the word is, dedicated or static IP address. And, you know, my mentor said, you know, get this one. It's more, but it's better. So I got it and I don't like it. I love ExpressVPN. You can actually have it in the settings to where if it resets, and that's an issue that a lot of people have had on different exchanges, where they'll say they're somewhere. I'm not saying to do that, but that's what hypothetically happens. And then their VPN resets, but when it resets, it shows different places your actual IP and where you're actually at. With ExpressVPN in the settings, if it ever resets, it cuts your connection. And I absolutely love that. And there'll be sometimes we're like, hey, what happened? And it's like, oh, it rebooted. So now I know, okay, I'm safe. Versus if I didn't have ExpressVPN and it rebooted, because that's what they do, it would show where I'm at. So just kind of give you a heads up. definitely use ExpressVPN. Use my link. Once again, you get 30 days free, so that's not too bad. Let's see here. I have a 5-year subscription with PureVPN. PureVPN, that's the one. Yeah, PureVPN, that's the one I got with the static or dedicated IP. I don't like it. I mean, I paid a lot of money too, and I don't like it. I really don't like it. And I have, you know, I think I have it on one of my computers, but I may have taken it off and just put back on my ExpressVPN. So I have those. Let's see here. See, Crypto Kennedy says, looking at that chart, CHOLO price was getting weak when they called that out. Yeah, I would not have entered. Good for you. Good for you. Let's see. Realistic says, LOL, perfect shirt to wear while you teach. I love this shirt. I'm telling you guys, I absolutely do. I love this shirt. Okay, get down to business, guys. Let's get down to business. Bitcoin. It's very hard for me to be professional. It really is. I try very hard, but I don't. All right, so we were talking about this. Price action was here. We were saying that the price action, you know, it might come up to the resistance level at 63.2. Sure enough, the next day it came up here, or was that today? I forget. But I posted this in the group, just kind of informing everybody. It really feels good when the stuff that you kind of, we can say project, plays out. And all we're doing is we're basing it off of previous, most recent support resistance levels. So once again, this will be resistance until it's not. So it came up here, perfect to the wick, and it came down. But now it's starting to show strength. It's starting to show strength. It came up again and wick again, coming down. So now what's going to happen? Now we have to wait and see. Is it in fact going to try again and eventually break up and come over here? Is it going to do this? If so, great. Now our next level of resistance is right at 65.4. If it continues to come down, well, our plan A on the larger time frame is still in play, to where if it comes down, then we have this level it needs to break through, and then also this level, and then coming down. So this is what we're looking at for it to come down. Now, it's very important to always look at the larger picture. Our larger picture, we do have this to where this is our bull flag. Some people are seeing a bull flag, to where if and when it does break out, because it will, it could be way down here, but eventually it's going to break out of this trend line. And when it does, hopefully, one of the targets, if it were to break out soon, we're looking at 99K. And people are calling for 100, 130 for sometime this year. Will that happen? Nobody knows. We got to wait and see. We got to wait and see. And these circles just represent where I pulled the fib from, low to the high. From this particular swing, I didn't go all the way down here or here, just so we can get lower targets. That's what that is. All right. Now, GME, GameStop just went crazy. Just went crazy. And that's because, oh man, I forget his name. The one who did the GameStop call out for the shorts. Great movie, by the way. If you have not seen Dumb Money, it is on Amazon Prime. I think you can rent it for like $3 or $4. I definitely recommend everybody watching that. It's called Dumb Money. And matter of fact, I believe, yes, right here, $4. So I'm going to be watching this movie today. Again, I love this movie. This movie is really good. And this, I love it because it kind of goes over the emotions of buying something and holding it. For us, it's crypto, you know, buying a coin and holding it and holding it and holding it. And, you know, hopefully it's going to make us rich. But when do you sell? Do you sell some of it? Do you sell a portion, you know, 25%, 50%, all of it? Just take out what you put in. This goes over a lot of emotions that I absolutely love. So definitely watch this movie. In my opinion, it is a movie that every trader needs to watch. Moving on. All right, let's go back over here. So what happened today? What happened today? Man, it just took off. So this, of course, it started coming down here. This would have been always the woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? And yes, I did say woulda twice. This would have been our level it needed to break. It broke it. Success. So for one, successful breakout. Then successful retest. Would we have gotten stopped out? I'm going to say 15%, maybe 10%, depending. So let's say we got at the very, well, we would have opened, we would have entered at this open, which would have been right here. Oh yeah, we would have got stopped out a long time ago. So normally I say 10-15%, but let's just say we did 10%. 15 doesn't even matter. Let's say we got 15%. We got stopped out. We got stopped out. Then another successful breakout. Then this one, what I've entered. Now what I do is I always say what would I have done at that time. And I'm not like other mentors. Oh yeah, I would have entered right now because they know it went up. What I have entered though, so I'm putting myself in that time frame. I just got stopped out. I just lost 15%. Let's say I put $100 in. I lost $15. This one closed. I'm seeing a lot of sell pressure. A lot of sell pressure. This one's a small candle compared to these other candles. I would probably have to wait. We'll call it 3 candles. We'll call it 3 candles and I'm gonna wait. This one goes, okay, this one goes, came down. This one goes. Still a lot of sell pressure. Would I enter the trade? A lot of sell pressure. We are creating higher lows. Buy pressure. Would I enter this trade? I'm going to say yes, but only like 50%. Because I have a pretty good feel. Now, granted, I know what happened. But I'm thinking right now in this moment, I have a pretty good feeling that it's going to come down. Because of all these wicks, it'll probably come down to maybe here because of this wick. So what I would do is I would put another entry down here. And then what's my stop loss? Do y'all notice what I'm doing, guys? Do y'all notice that even though I know what happened, I'm still giving you my thought process as if we're in this moment? That's what you have to do. You have to, because don't cheat yourself. Oh yeah, I definitely would have entered the trade because you know what happened. Don't ever do that. You know, what would you do at this moment based off of the information you have currently at this time? This is how you elevate your trades. Because even though I know it goes down, I still enter, I still get stopped out. And even though I know it continues going down based off of my entries, I would have still entered and still got stopped out. You know, I'm not cheating myself. Here, I would have entered 50%. I would have done a 50% here, and more than likely, hopefully, if it does come down, I get support. I can't do 17%. I would have to do 10%. Now, hold on, wait a minute. I can do 16% because I'm only doing 50%. 50% of my entry, that cuts this in half. So now let's just say I'm 8.5%. This would be an 8.5% loss off of my $50. Well, out of my entire trade, because my entire trade, I'm gonna do $100. So I'm only putting 50% in. So the way I look at it is, yes, I'm losing 16% or 17% of $50, but in my mind, it's $100 that I would have been putting in, and I'm only losing half of that amount. So that's how I do my thought process. And then here, I would have lost 5% of this 50% investment. So this is what I would have done. Stop loss would have been down underneath this wick. And then since it didn't come down and hit this and it took off, I would have had And this is what I do all the time. This is not, oh, because I see what's happening. This is what I do all the time. You can see this is the most recent high. So it would need to break this. And then what is my price range tool say from here to here? Okay. So I would have my alerts up here. Oops. I would have my alerts above this wick. I get alerted. You know, once I hit here, I get alerted. I look at this. Okay. I can do two things. One, I can cancel this one and potentially put it right here, because this is a fair value gap in a sense. This is a lot of orders that people were selling. So I could put it here and wait to see if it drops to get some of this orders and come up. But more than likely, looking at this, because of this pump and because this is stocks, I would have entered right here at this one. I have a very, very strong possibility that it's going to come down and touch this again. So what I would probably do is maybe put it a little bit lower to see if it does bounce. And I would have missed it. I would have missed this lower entry. It would have been good where I had it, but just seeing this, seeing that it's really strong, I have a really strong possibility it's going to come down, possibly even coming to here to come back up. So this one, I would have missed it. And then it came up, created this one. So now what do? Is I have this and I put this here. And now I put my alert right here. I don't do this crazy way. I put my alert right here. And then now I enter this trade here. But granted, this is when the market, so whenever there's a gap, that's usually when the market's closed, or somebody puts a much higher sell order, and then it just took off. It just took off. It went to the moon. So this is how I do all of my trades. Now, if you are in GameStop right now, I'm really, really surprised it didn't come down. I'm really surprised. People are still FOMOing into this coin. People are saying this is what's going to happen. Like what was it, 2020? When GameStop just absolutely destroyed all the whales. That's what they're hoping for this time around. Will it repeat? I don't know. Do I think it will? I mean, it'd be great if it did. You know, I love seeing whales lose money. Absolutely do. But do I think it'll repeat? Man, would I enter this? No, it's too high risk. You know, and if I did, okay, let's just say I did enter this. This is what I would do. Again, not financial advice. I put $100 in right now. I would put $200 right here. I would put $400 right here. And I would just wait. I'll wait, see what happens. Does it take off from here? If so, then I would hopefully wait for a pullback and then do the same thing. You know, 200, 400. And that's what I do. But, you know, entering right now, you have a very, very high possibility, because you have to think, what are other traders going to do right now? You know, are they going to jump in because they know about 2020 and they don't want to miss it this time? Or is it, oh, I'm just going to take a ride until it goes 200% and then take my profit? You don't know. But that's my thought process. I do 100 now, knowing I have a very high possibility it's going to come down. 200, 400. That's what I do. Now, we did look at these coins in the group. We did look at these coins in the group. So let me go ahead and go to the group. And right now, this was this morning. The group was on it. And we were talking about all these coins. We're talking about everything. So the group was on it. And this is the chart that I posted. You know, it just started going. It just started going. Could we have entered right now, you know, when we saw it, or, you know, the break of this level? We could have, but it's high risk. Why is it high risk? It's high risk because we have this zone right here, this liquidity zone, this sell pressure area, that it might come down. So I said, you know, set your alert right here. And once the alert goes off, then it has to close above. And I put all this in text. Oh, my nose itches. And let me show you. This is the text that I put. It needs to set alert at this level. 4-hour candle must close around this level, which is this top right here. So let's go and delete this. And what happened? What happened? It went right to our level. The alert didn't go off though, but I've been watching it. The alert didn't go off. And what's going on now? It came down right to our support, right at the very bottom of support. So now this is no longer resistance. Well, we'll put this one as gray because it's not above it. So look, can y'all see that? Right to it. This is why I love support resistance, guys. This is absolutely why I love it. Now, could you enter this trade right now? That's a question. Could you enter this trade right now? Let's see here. Always looking to the left. I'm always looking to the left. Could we enter this trade? Kind of a low volume node. So a low volume node, all that is there's not a lot of areas of support resistance. Look at this. All this is blank. All this is blank. This, it came down here, came up, just came down. So this is a low volume node. If we were to go over here and we would go to our favorites, just so we can try to look smart, put on this visible range, close this out. And now I got to move this over here so it changes. That's why I don't like it. You see this? Low volume node. So we can have this on here so we can look smart, or we can just, you know, look at the price action. So I don't like looking smart because I need a lot of help doing that. So take that off. Get out of here. I got my glasses. My glasses, they're non-prescription. It's just glass. So I use everything to look smart. Go to the 1 hour time frame. And if I was going to enter this, I would enter it with 50% right now. Very high risk because we need a few candles, because this isn't even considered a bounce yet. You know, it's the start of a potential bounce. But if I was looking at this one, good, it came down here, it found support so far. I would enter right now at the current price, but only a little bit. I would have a lower entry down here just in case it comes down. I would actually love for it to come down and find support here and then try it again. This is what I would love for it to do. Let's see here. Any questions, comments, concerns? Man, we went through all those quick. Oh, yes, I forgot. We got to do the markets. I want to show you the markets. So this is my thought process on this. I would do 50% right now at the current price. 50% current price. Why am I screaming at y'all? Current price. And then I would do 50% lower entry. That's what I would do. And that's that one. Okay. I want to show y'all this. Let's do YouTube. Let's do defaults. Let's come over here. Let's go to markets. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to show you, if you're not in the group, I strongly recommend you get in the group. We have videos that are, this one's almost 6 minutes. How to identify support resistance. This one is the percentages. I show you this, your optimal levels. They're 4 minutes. This one, how to do uptrends and downtrends, 5 minutes. This one, 3 ways to buy the breakout. It's a 5-minute video. All these videos, 4 minutes. I talk about traps. This one is 5 minutes. All these videos are very short and straight to the point. 3-minute video in reference to different time frames. I get this question asked a bunch. This is probably my #1 question I get. What time frame do I enter on? And what's the difference? Here, 4-minute video. Personal definition of a retest. Then of course we have a bunch of videos on here, guys. Like, if you have not watched these videos, I strongly recommend it. If you're not in the VIP, what are you doing? If you have money, get this. If you don't, not a problem. Watch the channel, I'll help you out. So you can make money, so you can get the VIP. I'm telling you guys, like, this stuff is crazy. I talk about divergence, a 4-minute video. I talk about more confluence, better to trade, less than 2 minutes. All these videos are going to make you money. Now, with that being said, let's go over Bitcoin dominance. I need to show you this, guys, because this is very important. And one thing too, I spent a lot of time putting in these words and everything so that you can do a search. So here, Bitcoin dominance, and then here's a video on it, and then here's more information on it. So we're gonna go and look at this. So I spent a lot of time putting in a lot of text. That way you can easily search these. So what is Bitcoin dominance? Bitcoin dominance in comparison to Bitcoin. And what is the interpretation? And what is the season? Well, when Bitcoin dominance, so what I do, I explain everything, because you can easily see this and be like, I don't know. I don't know what it means. Like, what exactly is it? And realistic is right on. I have videos on top of videos. I have videos. Like, if I don't have a video, then I will make a video. So I have videos that cover everything. Now, I did have a video on open interest in another group I was in, and somebody had asked me about it. It's like, yeah, I have that video. And I go and I look, it's like, oh, I don't have it. So what did I do? I made a video on open interest. And I've had a lot of other videos that are coming in this week in reference to fair value gap, because I realized I didn't have them on this group. Fair value gap, you know, order blocks. I have a bunch of videos coming up, guys. So be watching for that. Let's see here. Do I also look at USDT.D? Very good question. And matter of fact, I posted this in the group some time ago in reference to this, and I'm going to explain why I don't. And I'll let you know that in just a moment. See, I like using them to time trades. Awesome. Very nice. Very nice. All right. So here, Bitcoin dominance. What is Bitcoin dominance? Dominance of the entire market can be done in like a pie. So if Bitcoin has the majority of the market, well, do you know that Bitcoin's going to take up the majority of the pie? So when it comes to the pie, if Bitcoin dominance is up and Bitcoin is up, this means that the Bitcoin is outpacing the alts. Because if the alts, remember the pie, if the alts start increasing, well, then they're taking away the dominance of Bitcoin. So as Bitcoin dominance comes down, that means that the alts are going up. Now, there's different variations to this, or variables. Bitcoin is outpacing the alts. So that Bitcoin's going up, Bitcoin dominance going up. This is Bitcoin season. Now, does this mean that the alts cannot do well? No, the alts can do well. It just means that Bitcoin is doing better than the alts. Then you have Bitcoin dominance. When Bitcoin dominance is going up, but Bitcoin is going down, this is the worst case scenario. This is when the bear market's here. This is when there's a lot of FUD in the market. This is when the alts just start bleeding really hard, because what have we been taught? Because we're sheep. I'm not, but the majority of traders are sheep because we have been taught by our mentors, and they have been taught by their mentors, and they have been taught by their mentors that when Bitcoin goes down, oh, the market's crashing, exit your trades, get out of your altcoins. So that's what happens. Bitcoin dominance is increasing. Bitcoin is coming down. Everybody's freaking out. Everybody's exiting their trades. I don't, because I have a stop loss. Everybody's exiting their trades. Now the alts get hit the hardest. Alts get hit the hardest. Now when Bitcoin dominance goes down, and Bitcoin goes up, man, this is what we want to see. Because now, even though Bitcoin is going up, the dominance that Bitcoin has over the entire market is coming down, because now Bitcoin's going up and people are getting into alts. So because alts are going up, they're taking up that pie. So now dominance, it starts falling for Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's going up. The alts are going up. This is altcoin season. This is what we are looking for. This is what's going to happen after, of course, the halving. And we're after the halving already. So just give us some time, guys. Give us some time. We're going to have the most parabolic bull run ever. I'm very happy you guys are here. If you haven't already, definitely smash the like. If Bitcoin dominance comes down and Bitcoin comes down, the alts move sideways or bleed slowly. So this is very important to understand. Now, when it comes to, let's go ahead and go to this. When it comes to USDT.D, you can see it down here. So if it dumps, the market will pump, and referring to the crypto market and also the stock market, and vice versa. So when this goes up, usually we suffer. Same thing with the ESP1 exclamation point. When this goes up, it has the opposite effect on the crypto and stocks. So all this right here is in the VIP section. If you're not in the VIP section, screenshot this, because this will save you money. Not only this, but I believe I have this on Twitter as well. So, and then I have this as a little graphic. So this is, of course, Bitcoin, the alts. When the alts take over Bitcoin dominance, this is bull run ready. Bull run ready. All right, moving on. All right, so let's see here, USDT. Now, what does the USDT tell me? This is the market cap. This is the dominance, the USDT or the dollar. This is Tether, what it has on the market. This doesn't tell me anything. Not really. Let me explain. When, let's come over here. When the market cap of USDT is high, what does this say? This says that people are on the sidelines. They have their money in this stable coin. They're waiting. They're waiting to enter a trade. They don't like how the market's looking. They're waiting for a dump. They're waiting to get in the trade. Does that help me? No. What happens when it comes down? This means that people are in the trade. Or either that, or they took out their money, period, and put it back in their bank. So looking at USDT.D, the dominance, if it's low, that just means that people are holding off. They're not, they're not inactive trades. They're just waiting, or it's in their bank. When it's high, this means they're waiting. They're on the sidelines. They're waiting to put their money in the market. This does not help me one bit. I don't care if it's high. I don't care if it's low. I don't care if it's at support. I don't care if it's at resistance, because this doesn't help me. This is how I think about it. I simplify stuff very, very to where it's very basic. Now, if this goes against your thought process on this, I would absolutely love to hear your thought process on anything that I mentioned. Anything that I mentioned. Because again, you could be right and I could be not as right. So give you a heads up. Realistic says, looks like incoming death cross on the weekly. And I believe you're talking about this one. Yes, death cross possibly coming up. Now, of course, with this, these are just moving averages. This shows you that it already came down. So that's all that shows you. But other people might see this and say, oh no, USDT going down. But what happens when it goes down? People are, so that's my thought process on that. Okay. What about if Tether mints new coins? Can that affect USDT dominance? If they mint new coins, then it's just more into the market. But that doesn't help me. It doesn't tell me if they're going to put it in Bitcoin, or if they're going to put it in my alt, or if they're going to put it in a different alt, or if they're going to put it in meme coins, or if they're just going to have it on the site. Like, it doesn't help me. Great question, man. Great question. Total. Do I look at total? No. Why? I don't care. Now I'm very unorthodox when it comes to looking at the markets, because everybody was trained a certain way and they keep that mindset. I ask why. What I want to know is, how is it going to help my coin that I'm in? I don't care if the alt market, I don't care if the AI category is pumping. I don't care. Is my coin pumping? That's what I want to know. I don't care if, Bitcoin's doing great and the total market cap for crypto is doing great, which is total. I don't care if it's doing great. Is my coin doing good, or do I need to go into another coin? This is why I set alerts on all my coins. So do I care about total? No. Why? It doesn't help me. Right now it's raining. But if I were to tell you it's raining in Georgia, or it's gonna rain in Georgia, does it affect you? No. Are you in Georgia? And if you are you in this particular town or city? If you're not, you don't care if it rains. It's the same concept when it comes to crypto. I don't care the total market cap is up. This is good, but I can see that though. I can see that in my trades. So to me, this is useless information. Now, do other traders use it? Very, very popular traders? Yes, they all use it. Waste of my time. Doesn't help me. Total 2. Total 2 is everything except Bitcoin. This doesn't help me. Doesn't help my coin. I don't care if this is up. I don't care if this is down. I could tell if this is down based off of all these trades I'm looking at. Man, like the market's not doing good, this, not blah, blah. I don't need to look at this to tell me that. I can look at the actual trade I'm trying to enter. Well, what about total 3? It's everything except Bitcoin and ETH. Doesn't help me with my coin. Unless I'm in Bitcoin or ETH, possibly. Oh my gosh. Crypto Candy with the jokes. Oh my gosh. I already know what your next question is going to be, Crypto Candy. The ES1 exclamation point. Does this help me? Kind of tells me what the market's going to do. So this I do look at. Occasionally. Not all the time. I used to all the time. But this kind of helped with kind of front running what crypto's going to do. Because now this is the stuff that I do look at. So the other 3 things I didn't. This I think is important. Why is this important and the other ones aren't? Well, the other ones tell me what the market's doing. I can tell by the actual market. This tells me what the market might do in relationship to just the market in general. When the stock market is doing well, usually crypto does well. When the stock market does well, usually Bitcoin does well. So here we can see that it broke this level and continuing up, doing really good. It looks great. Is crypto doing great right now? No. Crypto's boring. Crypto's super boring right now. So is this kind of in correlation with crypto at the moment? Not really. So, but I do look at this, and I do like looking at this, because if this comes down, more than likely crypto's going to come down, but I can kind of see it already, just by the coins and being at resistance and everything else. But this one, in my opinion, is important. Next one, Bitcoin 1 exclamation point. This is something that people do look at. I really don't. I just look at Bitcoin. But people look at the CME gaps, and with the CME gaps, they say that, usually they come back and fill them. And that's just like this gap right here. Now, for me personally, I consider this a gap. Other people don't. Because for me, I need the body. I need the body here. It has to be like no body. So this one, I know personally, I know that I am not as right as other people. But in my opinion, you know, body closed here, and then we have a little body and then just wick. So in my opinion, for me personally, this is a gap. And could it come down here? Maybe. You know, if it does, great, I'm a genius. If it doesn't, oh, it just skipped that gap. So, and if it does come down here, we're looking at 53 to 51. And this is the area that everybody's looking at for it to retrace to based off of support right around 52. So if it does come down, it kills two birds, one stone. It bounced off of support and it filled the CME gap. So that's how that goes. Let's see, Realistic says, have you tried heat map for Bitcoin? No. I don't do the heat map because the heat map, you can easily cancel those orders. And whales know that we use the heat map to see open orders. And that's all that is, the heat map. It's where there's liquidity areas and where buy orders are set and sell orders are set. I don't like it, but if you were to match up the heat map with your regular support resistance, you will see the buy orders are at support, the sell orders are at resistance. So it's another thing that I don't look at to potentially, you know, give me too much information. I can see resistance, a zone right here, resistance zone. I can see support right here. You know, this would be my support zone right here. Those wicks. So this would be my support zone. If I want a larger support zone, I can go all the way down here, but that's too large. So support zone. But I mean, I can see all this stuff. So me personally, I don't need heat maps to show me where there's support resistance. Same thing with just everything, really. I mean, all these tools are great, like when you're first starting out, but sometimes it could just be overwhelming. Like this right here. So here, this is the fixed volume range. What's this one called? The fixed range volume profile. I get the low, I get the high. It shows me the point of control. Now, this is the point of control right here. Now let's get rid of this point of control. Now, if I'm just looking at this, I can see we have our range high. I don't like that. I like this one. My range low. And the reason I picked this is because there's only one spot right here. Here we have a few different touches. And then what I would do is I'd go to a middle area. Be right here. We got a few touches. So for me personally, this is my mid-range. And even though for the fixed range volume profile, this is saying what the point of control is. But for me, I don't care about that. Here's my level. And it would need to break above this level. Or rather, I need to set my alert above this level right here, above that wick. And then it needs to find support here. Some people could use this for entries, but if you do, you could get rejected here because of this resistance. Come back down, come back up, resistance again, maybe losing support, and then come down. The way I do it, in my opinion, is safer. Could I be 100% wrong? Sure, why not? All right, moving on. Let's see here, what else? Oh man, we're over time. Man. So I want to show this really quick because we're already past our time. Let's say here, Crypto Candy says, join as soon as you can. Market will flip and you don't want to be FOMOing. Exactly. If you're not in the VIP, stop messing around, guys. It's so funny. All these salesmen, you know, they have real great sales pitch. I'm just real. I'm real. You know, if you want a mentor who's real with you, and really does care about you, you found the right place. You really did. But if you have money Stop messing around. Join the VIP. If you don't worry about it, guys. Like, I'm going to show you how to do all this stuff on the live streams. Ask me questions. Like, all this stuff, I give you an hour of free mentorship every single day, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yep. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, so yes, I wanted to show you this, guys. So these are, let's go to this and let's do this. These are the halvings. So here we had a halving, then we have the high, you know, a year later. So in July to about a year and a half later, we had the all-time high. Then here we had the halving, and then about almost a year and a half later, we had the high. We thought we had the high here, you know, about a year later, or just under a year, 11 months, but it tricked us, came down, and man, did it trick us. And then moon mission. So now, you know, we're right here. And notice on this one, let's go over here, 2016, they really don't do anything. It just stayed boring. They stay boring. You know, it came sideways for a little bit, had a bit of a dip, quite a bit of a dip actually. So from here to here, about 30% of a dip, and then it retraced really quick, went sideways, and then just started going. And once it started going, there was no stopping. Same thing over here. Bring this up. Let's see here. So this was the halving. So same thing here, you know, we had the run up prior to the halving, not all-time high, not like what we did. Run up prior to the halving, just before the halving, dump, came back up a little bit, and started really doing nothing. Just boring. Now this boringness was approximately about 2.5 months. 2.5 months. And then it came up and it came right back down, but higher than where it was at, and then forget it. Just took off. Now what we want to do is we want to keep an eye on Bitcoin. We want to keep an eye on Bitcoin and always have our levels. Always have our levels that it needs to break. Because once it breaks the level, it may take off. Nobody knows, because it could take off and then come right back down. But then we have another level. Once it breaks that level, more than likely moon mission. But we'll see. So now we are at this point. Now we're at this point. And if you zoom out and you don't get too crazy with zooming in and be, oh, you're going to zero, we've lost this level, look at what we're doing. Like, this is just a retracement, you know, because look at all this that we pulled up. Like, we made a huge increase in price, and now it's just retracing. If it were to retrace, make sure magnet tool's on. If we were to retrace, golden pocket would be beautiful. So once again, right around 51.8 to 56. It did come down to almost the golden pocket and shot right back up. But how great would it be if we could see something like this? And then forget it. Forget it. You know, if we come into here and then we break the most recent high, which would probably be this one. This is probably where I'd like to see it, breaking 64, and then just moon mission. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Nobody knows. You know, do I want it to come down? Yes. We need certain things to happen. One, we needed the Bitcoin halving to happen. Now we can check that box off. Next, we need a pullback. And once we have that pullback, and hopefully 2 months of sideways action, then moon mission. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready. I am so ready for it. Save your money. You know, invest in coins now if you have the investor mindset. If you're a trader mindset, save your money. Wait for it to break certain levels, your resistance level, and then enter the trade. All right, so that's going to be it for today. Let's see. Ellipse Gaming says moon charts only. Yes, moon charts only. So that's going to be it for me today. Hopefully this was a very informative video, live stream, and I do thank you guys very much. Once again, definitely, let me see which one is it at. Let's see here. definitely follow me. And the link tree is in the description. I'm actually putting that once again. If you want to join the VIP with crypto, here is the crypto. All you do is you send me a message on Telegram. If you want to join using a debit card or credit card, you can go through Patreon. And of course, make sure to follow all these. And then of course, here is the VIP. Now, before we leave, guys, I want to show you it's a commercial. Don't leave, guys. Don't leave. It's a commercial. I'm warning you, so don't leave. And then after that, we will do our ending. All right, 3, 2, 1. Everything that I say is from experience. This is what's going to save you so much time, so much money, and so much effort. Like, it's super important. Now, if you're in the VIP, I have videos that are 3, 4, 5 minutes long on average. If you want to make money, I will show you how. I would offer the free group, but it's already full. I have a huge wait list. So more than likely, if I do let 3 or 4 people go, the spots are filled. Not only that, but when people do sign up for the VIP because they're making money in the free group, I am very, very invested to make you money in this free group so you can get the VIP. When those people leave the free group and get into the VIP, well, there's just so many more people that are trying to take their spot. I would strongly recommend getting the VIP. You're going to make money. Now, granted, none of this is financial advice. It's never hopes and dreams and empty promises, nothing like that. See what I do. See if this makes you money. I give you my real life experience based off of my trainings, based off of my teachings, what I would do at that moment versus what everybody else does, because they want to sell you their course. They want to sell you all that stuff. I show you that my stuff works. Do we win? Yes. Do we lose? Sometimes. That's part of the game. But what I do is I show you all this so that you can see, oh man, I lost today, but Joe said he lost too. So it's okay. That's what I want you to realize, guys. If you like. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure to smash a like if you didn't already. And we will see you on the next live stream, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys are great. Take care. Maestro, play some music.